So hi everyone, hope you're doing really well. Welcome to this video where I'm going to give you a tour of this property here. It's number 34. Got a couple of properties on this street, and the reason I'm doing this with you is because the previous episode I talked about the reasons why buying in cash is a really good idea. So I said I'd try and illustrate that by visiting a property and showing you around. So let me give you the story of this. I was actually here on the street doing a viewing. You might, if I can try and catch it, it's the property with the brown windows and the brown front door. I think if I try, is that it there? And I was viewing it with an estate agent, and I just happened to say to the lady show me around, and I said to her, just tell me about the one across the street. I noticed that's on with you as well. What's the story of that one? So although you might be viewing one property in a particular street or an area, if you happen to see something else listed with the same estate agent, ask them and say, well, what's going on with that one? So she said, oh, it's for sale. We've had a few people interested, but we haven't got anywhere with it. And I happened to say, oh, I noticed it's double listed, which means it's on with 2 agents. Can I have a look? So I came in, and it was quite a wreck. There was quite a lot of damp down here. In fact, there's a lot of damp throughout all the internal downstairs rooms. So this is a 3-bed terrace property. There was damp in this understairs cupboard. We had that box, that electricity box put in. There was damp all around the internal of this room, the wall behind me, all along here, under the window. And we sorted out some damp in the kitchen, which we'll go in a second. So there's a lot of damp downstairs, but also we had some water ingress from the roof upstairs. So they were the things that really needed fixing, that what seemed to be putting people off. And I'll just walk in and try and show you the kitchen now. This is the same kitchen we had that was in place as we bought it. Exactly the same kitchen. Yes, we've got rid of the original appliances still underneath me, behind me, if I can just catch on there. This was exactly the same kitchen. And here's a top tip for you. You might not need to sometimes rip out everything if there's still usable life in it. So it's part of a skill of being a property investor, knowing what you can keep and what you can get rid of. And the same for the bathroom. I don't think I'm about to get in. It's not a huge bathroom, but do notice that it is downstairs. So this is the bathroom. We had to refit the flooring and the bath panel, and we put in the shower screen. We kept the original shower. We kept the original wash-hand basin and the original toilet. So again, there's not a huge amount to do down here because there's still usable life in it. So then the question is, how do you add value? Well, of course, rectifying the damp, both downstairs and there was a leak in the loft, in 2 bedrooms, and I'll show you the stains that are going to be fixed. I couldn't really see a lot of opportunity to add value down here. However, downstairs bathrooms mean it lacks an upstairs toilet. So let me just take the stairs and we'll show you what we did. And the reason I'm in here, by the way, is we've got a tenant changeover, and our previous tenant has actually left without paying her last month's rent. Very common. It's the first time actually it's happened to us, but it's very common in the industry. People say use a deposit. 888 Rose 888, if you're watching this, you asked a question a while ago, how do you deal with problematic tenants? And now we've sort of had a bit of experience of that now. We will explain what we did and how we managed to get around that. But basically this tenant left to call the light bulbs, so it's a bit gloomy in here. This is what gives rise to it. But you see, we put an upstairs toilet. A very large bedroom, which I'll show in a second. We cut an opening into the main bedroom, put in stud walls, put in a toilet, wash hand basin, if I can show you, you can just see that. And put an upstairs toilet in, and that added the value massively. So if we go into the master bedroom now, and you can now see, this is the master bedroom. So this here behind me is that toilet, but we've still got an absolutely massive double bedroom. So we're able to add value not by rectifying the damp or ripping out the kitchen and putting a new one in, and ripping out the bathroom and putting a new one in. We actually added an upstairs toilet, and we rectified and we painted and did new carpets and stuff. What we actually did with the carpets, interestingly, you took the carpets that were upstairs and put them downstairs, and we just bought a new carpet for upstairs. So it's a way of trying to use what you've got. Not everything has to be ripped out and chucked away. So there is some work that needs to be done in here, and that is all going to be fixed. It's all actually going to come off the holding deposit that the tenant was registered by lettings agent that the tenant paid. And this is bedroom number 3. It's the smallest of the 3, but it's still a very good size. I'm not really sure how well that's picking it up in here, but it's a good sized 3rd bedroom with upstairs toilet. So what's the story then, Josh, in terms of buying with cash? That's a bit of a tour. Let me just walk around while talking to you. So we came and viewed this, and we originally had an offer agreed of £100,000, and that was accepted. It's on for 115, although what it's actually on the market for is not always of that much relevance, but it's on for 115, we got 100 accepted. We were going to buy it with a mortgage with TMW, the mortgage works. A valuer came around on their behalf and they said, look, let's dampen the property. We've got leaks in the roof. There's a leak up here, you can't actually see it, it has been stain blocked several times. And in the front bedrooms, the front and back, we're going to have a retainer. So basically we won't lend it to you until that work's done. But of course, until you own the property, you can't get that work done. So essentially, we took it to mean we're not going to buy it with a mortgage. And we thought, well, how can we still buy it? We know that the vendor wants to sell quickly, they're in Scotland. How do we capitalise on this opportunity? And here comes in the value of working with private investors. Build a relationship up without a project, and then when you've got a good relationship, say, oh, I've got an opportunity, can you buy this? And someone was willing to lend us £63,000. So we went back to the estate agent and said, look, we can buy it with cash. We managed to raise private finance. However, our offer is going to be £90,500, and the extra work's going to go on to for the roof and for the damp. And they said yes to it. So we bought this for £90,500. We did about £14,000 refurbishment. It was about £4,000 for stamp duty and legals. Then we had it valued at £145,000 upon the refinance about 6 months later. We left about £5,000-ish in the deal, and that's all come out in rent. So it's now generated an infinite return on investment. All our original money is going to come out. It's all just profit. We took a 5-year fix at the time, and so we've got a very good, relatively low mortgage interest payment. But rent now started at £650, it's now £800 a month, and it has been re-let, even in this condition. But now we're going to get our guys in, and they're going to just do a freshen up and tidy up with a few bits. It has been let in this condition, but it's good for them to come in and go, oh, it looks even better than we saw it. Here is a landlord that cares about the house and someone who's going to live here. And also, interestingly, just on the street, just on the same site, a 3-bed just further up, one property is just sold for £180,000. So if you put that in perspective as well, let's say this was valued at 140 and now it's gone for 180. Just to keep the math simple, there's a £40,000 increase. When we come to refinance, assuming that price doesn't change, it did sell for 180. There's a £40,000 uplift. If we do a 75% loan to value, we can pull out 3/4 of that. So we can pull out £30,000, which of course is tax free because it is a loan from a bank. So there's the value of owning an asset and getting paid twice. You get rental income and you get capital appreciation, all of which I've explained in that mini series. If you haven't seen the playlist, I'll leave a link at the end of the video. Now, just talking about end of the videos, if you like this, please do give it a thumbs up. We do appreciate those. If you've got any questions about this one, then you know where to put those. I'll get back to every single one and answer your questions. But I do hope that it shows or illustrates to you the value of purchasing with cash, because otherwise, if I was just going to be a mortgage, this probably would be unavailable to me and I wouldn't have had those benefits of an infinite return on investment and still generating pots of cash, tax-free cash for the next, I don't know, 30, 40 years or so. Thank you for watching. Thanks for all of your support. There is an upcoming video where I'm going to talk about how we dealt with this problematic tenant and how we now got some experience of that. So again, 88 Rose, if you're watching this, thank you for your question. I'll do a video for you. That's it for this one. My name's Josh Harrison. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.